want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Rekak Badash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us His truth, and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Akim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Quatazab Sayan, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai with another lesson, with another video, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. Gone. So, as you know, what was his name? Lil Nas X. He came up with this Satan shoe, and on this shoe you can see a Bible verse written down, which is Luke 10 and 18. And I'm gonna give the breakdown of this scripture. Let's go to Luke. It's Luke 10 verse 18, and it reads, "And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." Gone. So to give a better understanding who this Satan really is, because in Christianity they say that Satan was fighting God, which his name is Yahweh, and that he lost and that he was cast down to the earth. But that's not the right doctrine. That's Christian doctrine. That's to defile your mind, you know, to keep you in a not knowing state of what the truth is. Because the truth is, Satan does not fight Yahweh. You know, Satan does not fight God, as it says in the book of Job, Job 1 and 2. It's like at Job 2. When, let me just go to the account. God, this is Job 2, verse 1 and 2. "Again, there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before Yahweh." So if the Most High, he calls his sons, which are his angels, you know, to present themselves, and Satan comes also, and Satan presents himself also. So what does that tell you? That tells you that Satan takes orders from Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. So he was also in the midst. Verse 2, "And Yahweh said unto Satan, From whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it." You see, so the Most High, he asked him, like, "Hey Satan, where were you? You know, I haven't seen you the whole day. What you been up to?" And Satan answers that he was going up and down the earth, because here is where he does the Most High's bidding. Because you have good angels and you have bad angels. The bad angels, they bring judgment and bad thoughts into people, and the good angels, they come with good tidings and good messages. You see, because everything what happens here on earth is done by Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, but you have to have soldiers, you have to have angels to do certain things, and Satan is one of the angels that does the bidding of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. But when it speaks about bad people, you know, these bad people get their judgments, that's when Satan comes into play, you see. So now going back to, you can also read about that in Amos. See, of Amos 3, verse 7. No, not verse 7. Let me see. Verse 6. Yes, Amos 3 and 6. "Shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord had not done it?" You see, so the Lord, he does good and evil. He does good and bad, because certain people deserve bad judgments, you know, because the way that they live their life. They don't live a godly life. They don't live a life according to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. So let's go to the book of Revelation 1. So like Revelations 21, verse 1. "And I saw," so like, you know, that's not it. It's Revelations 20. This is Revelations 20, verse 1. "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon and that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And this is speaking about the time that the so-called white people, the Edomites, because Edomites is their biblical name, that's in the time that the Byzantine Empire came around. The Byzantine Empire is the so-called mid-ages, the Dark Ages. That's when the so-called black people ruled in Europe. You see, that's when the Moors and the so-called blacks were the ruling class. But then they were bound down for 1,000 years, and then after 1,000 years they were loosed, and that was in the mid 1400s, when in the beginning of the Renaissance, because the Renaissance, that word means rebirth. And whose rebirth is it? It's the rebirth of the white race, you see, so-called white race, that they're coming out of the caves, that they're coming to devour again. Because that's what it's going to say. This is Revelations 20 verse 3. And cast him into a bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years would be fulfilled. That's in the mid 1400s. And after that he must be loose for a little season. You see? So Satan being cast down from heaven, meaning he's going to be cast down from rulership, because heaven represents a ruling class. You know, that means that you're in rulership if you're in heaven. You see? But Satan, which is the so-called white man, their rulership is going to be cast down real quick, because since the mid 1400s they've been ruling up until now. And actually it all started in the Grecian Empire, because they say the civilization started with the Greeks, right? Because that's their civilization started with the Greeks, with Alexander the Greek. So since that time they took the empires over, and then afterward it was the Romans, and now we're living in the Roman revived empire. You see? So these rulerships from Esau Edom, they're going to be cast down real quick, meaning Yahushua is going to come real quick and bring judgment upon them, because now they're living in their heaven, but that's not going to be for much longer, because this is the scripture where it says there's going to be a new heaven and a new earth, not meaning that everything is going to be utterly destroyed, but the ruling class is going to change. So this is Revelations 21 verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem. You see, so Jerusalem, that's going to come down, meaning the people of Jerusalem are going to rule, are going to be the ruling class. And who are the people of Jerusalem? The people of Israel. Those are the Israelites. See, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Gone. So we are adorned as a bride for her husband. And who's our husband? Yahushua, the person that everybody ignorantly calls Jesus. He's our husbandman, because we are joined unto him. That's what it means to be married to him. You see? Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra 6, verse 8. Yeah, 2nd Ezra 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world. You see, Esau is the end of this world, is the end of this rulership, is the end of these heathen nations ruling over the righteous people, the righteous nation of Israel, because we are the people of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We are the people of God. So Esau's end means the beginning of the rulership of righteousness, because all these other nations, they had their chance ruling the earth, in wickedness. You had the Babylonians, you had the Egyptians, you had the Medo-Persians, you had the Greeks, the Romans. Roman revived empire. So now it's time for the righteous to have the kingdom. You see, the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be in all righteousness. So for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other questions, Esdras, ask thou not. So with this video, I wanted to explain what was meant with the Luke 10 and 14 and 18. Because this is not about Satan fighting against the Most High. No, this is speaking about the rulership of the Edomites being cast down from heaven real quick. You see, they're going to be cast out of rulership by the Most High. So, Lord willing, this video is edifying, and I want to say Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Basham, Yamshai, Basham Rekakodash, Shalom Akim.